Hello everyone, FunshonX here. Welcome back to my server play of Horizons 2 Daybreaker from the FTB Launcher. We are on the server with Landstryder and a couple other people. No one's online at the moment, but just me. Today we are going to space. We're going to make a space station. I read a little bit about the space station, and in Galacticraft 3 it's changed quite a bit since the last time I used Galacticraft. There's no gravity, but there's also a concept of being able to rotate your ship to produce artificial gravity. This is going to be really weird, and hopefully it's a lot of fun. If for some reason it's just really clinky and hard to move around and even to build, then we would just ditch it and go straight to the moon. But I have a good idea for a build in mind with a space station, so I want to head up there and check. A couple of things I've built in between episodes. I made some teleporters here. Excuse me. This is how we'll get back to the Earth from our space station. You can always just jump off and parachute back. But I figure I want to be able to transfer back and forth a lot, so why not have a dialing device? So RF Tools has this dialing device. It's really easy to make. Lapis, gold, iron, redstone. And then you make a receiver and a transmitter. They're both the same recipe, just you switch the ender pearls and the iron. And all you have to do is give them a name. So I've called this FSX1. I've made mine private, so nobody else can use this one. Not because I don't want people to, but because the list is getting really, really long, because all the other people have left theirs public, and it's just a huge long list, so why add to that? When you make it private, you need to add the person's name that you want to be able to access this. Okay? So it takes power. It's going to store 200,000 power in here. I've got the name FSX1. I did the same thing with my receiver. It's identical. It only stores 100,000 because this does not use very much power at all. Most of it comes from your transmitter. And then the dialing device, all you say is, okay, well, here's my list of transmitters. So I'll choose FSX1. I'm the only one that has access to that one. So I'll choose that transmitter, and then I need to choose my destination. So I can say FSX1 is my destination. I can click this little thing to make it favorited, and then you say only show your favorites. So this is a good way to filter that whole list without making it private, I guess. So I guess I didn't have to make it private after all. But this is just to make the list smaller. So if I choose my transmitter as FSX1 and my destination as FSX1 and hit dial once, that just means it's only going to last for a single teleport. So I'll hit dial, and it says dial OK. So now, if I step in here, it's got this cool little graphic. Boonk. Actually came out over there. So we'll use the exact same method. We're going to put this same setup with a dialing device, a transmitter, and a receiver up on our space station. Give them some power, and then we'll just set this guy to teleport us up to the space station, and the space station one set to transport us down here. Awesome. So let's go over here. I built my rocket. My rocket is all built. I threw it in this chest. Here's the recipe. Remember, I needed 20... What was it, 31? Yeah, 31 of these heavy-duty plates. And then all the other stuff is pretty easy to make. Yeah, there's nothing really complicated about making any of this stuff. There's just a lot of the compressed ingots on here. I put in 3 chests, so I would get the 56 storage-based rocket, and that's what I have. I also brought bringing a few other things to the moon, or not to the moon, sorry, to my space station. I've got 4 advanced solar generators. These are not cheap, but they're really good. Taking some enriched alloy and iron, combining them with 4 solar generators, which are some osmium dust, more enriched. So it's not really anything difficult to make, just a lot of material. The solar panels, more enriched alloy, and more osmium. So it's all tier 1 alloy stuff, really. And that's iron and redstone. So you can make these pretty easy as long as you have a lot of iron, redstone, and osmium, and you're good to go. I made a ultimate energy cube. You start with the basic energy cube and you keep upgrading it. So we've already made a basic, add some more enriched alloys, some osmium, some tablets. Then you add the second tier alloy, which is the reinforced. This one's made with diamonds. And then you add the third tier, which was made with obsidian on top of the diamonds and more diamonds, and you get the ultimate, which can store a ton. I can't remember how much off the top of my head, but it's going to store a ton. You can see I've got my dialing device, my transmitter, receiver ready. I've got a bunch of elite universal cable. You just keep combining your normal cable, pretty much the same method as the cube. You just keep adding the alloys to it to make it better and better. I've got a little bit of extra oxygen tanks. These are made with wool, canister, and compressed steel. Wool has got an energy value, so it's easy to make. And that's it there. Anything else I wanted to show in my inventory? No. Let's look in my actual Galacticraft inventory here. You make the oxygen mask, which is just glass and an iron helmet. You make the oxygen gear, which is some piping, which is glass. Concentrator, which is just more compressed stuff. And that makes that, and then you make more tanks. You need to fill up those tanks. So let's go downstairs and look at my Galacticraft setup here. You fill up those tanks with oxygen. You first got to collect it. Well, you're on the overworld. Obviously, there's oxygen all over the place, so you just need to put the collector down, and it will collect oxygen from the air. If you're trying to run this collector either on a space station, on the moon, on the Mars, somewhere, it needs to grab oxygen from living things. So it will consume leaf blocks. It will consume, like, I think, wheat plants, you know, for oxygen. You just have to have something growing around it to give it the oxygen. So that'll pull in the oxygen from the air. It needs power, and it's going to output oxygen. If you just put it right next to an oxygen compressor and make sure you line up the appropriate inputs and outputs, Galacticraft blocks, you can't really change what side does what. Then that's going to take oxygen in along with power, and you can put it in a tank. Just put your tank here and it'll fill it up. It takes a while, but it does fill up your tank there. And then I moved these 3 machines down here just to kind of keep Galacticraft all together. So we've got air, we've got a way to use it. The other thing in here was that parachute in case I do fall off the space station. It'll just drift me back to the overworld. These 4 slots here are Galacticraft, but they are thermal padding. You only need this when you go to the Mars or the asteroid belt. That's the tier 3 stuff, tier 2 and tier 3 stuff. So we don't have to worry about getting too cold or too hot right now. We can just head up to the area. So, should we head on up? I need some fuel. Let's make sure we have plenty of fuel here. Just grab 8 buckets of fuel. I don't think I need any other. Oh, I forgot to mention this. So to build a space station, you need an advanced wafer, and then a few ingots of both tin, aluminum, and iron. I can't remember the exact count of all 3 of these, so I'm just bringing a stack. That should be plenty. I've also got a ton of building blocks. I'm using Ztones blocks for my space station. They're both the reds variety, but this one's actually a little bit of, it's black. And what's cool about these is you build them like the basic Z-tone block, which is just stone. To get the reds version, you add redstone. And then once you have one, if you take this and highlight it on your inventory, hold down the Alt key and then cycle your mouse wheel, you can see it changes its look. So you don't have to have a chisel or anything else. You can just switch between all of these different looks just by moving your mouse wheel. So that's one thing I really like about Ztones is we have all these different types of blocks that we can decorate with. So that'll be cool. Let's head upstairs and prepare for launch. I think I've got everything ready to go. And let's head into space. I think we'll go ahead and get into space. Then I'll probably take a cut as I start to build some things out, and then we will slowly start to move some of our tech machines up into the space station and be ready. So I built a few more machines up here. I've got the rocket launch pad. This is a multi-block structure using 9 of these, which is just compressed iron and blocks of iron. Then I also needed the fuel loader. Make sure you turn it the correct way so that the fuel attaches to this thing. And that takes some power. Here's the recipe. And we just go ahead and throw in some fuel. And it's going to load it. Let's go ahead and throw all of this in here. Okay, and then we can probably put all this fuel tanks back in here. Alright, are we good to go? I think we are. Let's go ahead and get this tier 1 rocket ready to go. Yeah, I can access my inventory later. Hopefully nothing bad happens. I really love, this is one of my favorite things about Galacticraft. When you have the rocket in your inventory hotbar selected, you get this cool, you're like carrying around your rocket. That's one of my favorite things when I first played this mod. That was just blew me away that you could do this with items in Minecraft. I don't know why more people don't take advantage of this. Like if you're carrying around a windmill It's not just that little teeny icon in your hand. It should be a big giant thing above your head, you know? So, yeah, I really like this. Okay, let's get back here. We're going to go ahead and place this down on our launch pad. Pre-launch checklist. Should we go check that out? Let me see. Can I click on this? Yep. Okay, so that's going to bring it off in my other screen. Pre-flight checklist. Let's do it. We have a parachute. Right? Oh, come on. Go inventory. Parachute is ready to go. We have the required materials to create a space station ready to go. Yep. Oxygen mask, oxygen gear, oxygen tank, building materials, some food, an empty canister to bring any fuel remaining in rocket after you get up there. We have all that. Okay. That's pre-flight check for a space station. So let's go ahead and get in. 20. All right. The countdown is ready. We need to load the fuel, so let's hit... Oh, crap. I have equals bound to a bunch of crap. This might not work. Yeah, it's bound to everything. Okay, I think we got it. There we go. Okay, it has loaded with fuel, after all, so that's fine. And you can see, because we put those chests in the pattern when we created it, I've got this huge inventory space. So if I didn't have backpacks, I could use the rocket itself to bring up material. And that would be fine. You do notice I've upgraded to a diamond backpack, so that's why I have such a huge inventory space there. And I think we're good to go. So let's get back out of here. Oops. And we're going to go hit the space button and give it a go. It's probably going to get pretty loud here. 20, maybe 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Oh, if I turn the thing off, I can't see. Getting loud. Getting really loud. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. We have liftoff. Yes, we've cleared the tower. There was no tower. That's okay. I didn't spend time making a tower. All right, so we can see down a nice little mesa that's kind of create a little sea there. That's why I picked that area. It creates a cool little valley. And this is all, look at that, how it turns into, before it would just turn into a generic Earth. This actually makes a map of the plot now, which is awesome. Look at that. You can see everything, the same map that we just left, and it's actually getting further away from us. So kind of as we can see around the Earth. And I haven't actually explored all this, so I think it's exploring these chunks as we go. Ah, that's really cool. Props to McDoodle for that update, because that is really cool. We're out now in space. There's no sound. Out in the space station anyway, the moon day cycle is going to be the exact same as the overworld, so we'll have the same time. The moon and Mars is obviously different. All right, so we have the Milky Way. We can't leave the Milky Way. They haven't added that yet, and we can. There is the sun. I'm not sure if you can travel there or not, but you can see we've got the overworld, Mars, and asteroids. Now, if I choose the overworld, there's the overworld. I can now click again to zoom view at moons and satellites. So let's click there. It's going to zoom in on the Earth. And now we can see I've got the moon. So if I wanted to go to the moon, I could click there. But it says a space station can be created here. 16 aluminum, 32 tin, 1 advanced wafer, and 24 iron. So we're going to go ahead and hit create. And now we've got a space station. Sweet. We can click on that guy. Owner Funshine X, Station Funshine X, and we'll hit launch. Oh, we can actually rename it. So let's just call it FSX2, because our first base is down on the overworld. Here's 2, and hit apply. And we're going to go ahead and launch there. You don't have to worry about slowing down or landing. It just automatically puts you in the space station and docks you. There's this weird block here that you can't really get rid of. Oh man, this is, yeah. You have to like hit E and W to get around. I'm stuck to the ceiling here. Shift maybe? How do I get down? Okay, I'm kind of floating around, but I don't see any way to get down. Grab onto something. I'm worried to break blocks above me as at least I go flying into the world. Why can't I go down? Maybe I haven't bound the right keys? Give me a sec to go look up the controllers here. Okay, guys, I'm back. As soon as I broke that block, I was then able to hit shift to move down. And now that I'm on the floor, I'm actually walking. And now I'm flying again. So can I hit shift? Yeah. So once you're down on the ground, you're kind of stationary. But my step assist, yeah, you've got to like jump up. Oh my goodness, I went way too high. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try and get some wings and see if that's a little bit easier to control. We have a nether star, so I just need to activate my division sigil, and we should be able to create some wings here. Because this is very difficult to move around. I mean, moving around normal is fine, but once you go off an edge here, you're just kind of floating. I'm like, oh, I'm off into, oh, space. Okay, there we go. Woo! All right, so we made it. I'm gonna start building. I've got a kind of a schematic. Well, I don't really have a schematic, but just kind of a plan built in in a test world. So I'm gonna switch over to my test world, kind of take some video of that plan so that I can refer back to it and start building. None of this will be here, this tin decoration block, when we get back, and I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Okay, guys, we're back. Oxygen's about half full. You can see those 2 gauges over in the right. I can move those out of the way of the map. I'm starting to build the space station. It's really difficult to move around here, so I want to get back to the Earth, try and get some wings, see if that makes it a little bit easier. So I need to set up some power. So we brought our solar panels here. The advanced ones are better than the normal ones because they output the same amount of power all day long. The normal ones only output the maximum power right at noon. And then they kind of, at night, obviously none. But throughout the day, they kind of vary. So let's put these on here. I can't remember how close you can put them together. Yeah, it looks like every few blocks or so. Okay. And then we've got whoa. There, one of them just went flying off. Did you see that? That should land in the overworld. I'm going to jump off and see if the parachute works. But then we've got the energy cable here, so that should come off the back. Alright, and then we've got the ultimate energy cube. Now this guy, can I move him? I don't think you can move him, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to work kind of off-center. That's fine. Let's put... yeah, let's put our cube here. So that should start filling up. Yep, it's working great. And then we'll put another energy cable right here. And then we'll get our transmitter. Yeah, this is all temporary, so it doesn't really matter where I put it. The receiver here, and then the dialer here. We'll put it on top. Alright, so this one's going to be called FSX2 private. Oops, can't even spell my own name. Add. And then this one, FSX2 private. X add. Okay, so we should have max power in both of these already. Perfect. I can now dial. We're going to say from FSX2, dial to FSX1. And let's favorite both of these. Okay, we can say only set favorites. 2 to 1, go ahead and dial. If I leave it dialed, it's going to constantly drain a little bit of energy. So I'm just going to do a dial once. And now I have to try and get on top of this thing without flying away. Oh, come on. Come on, land. Land. Is he going to teleport me? Okay, good. It's just a pain. It's really cool, and I commend McDoodle. Whoa, I'm falling through the earth. Come on, load up. No, bad. Okay. That seems to happen a lot with the RF tools on this server. I'm not sure why. So let's get our division sigil. What time is it? It's getting pretty close. Alright, so we're going to need an enchanting table. So let's get 2 diamonds. I guess I could have just gotten all of this here. A book. Obsidian. We're going to need some redstone. 8 of it. We're going to need some dirt. Let's just get a bunch here. Okay, that should be good. And then we're going to need a lasso, a golden lasso, as a way to move a mob around. Okay, so that's take a ender pearl, golden blaze powder. Do I have blaze powder memorized? I have blaze rods. Cool. Pearl. String. What was the last part? Gold nuggets. Alright, that should be everything we need to get this activated. Let's craft it. Okay. Now we need to go ahead and head outside somewhere and get an animal. So I'm going to find an animal before it turns midnight. Looks like, I'm not sure what time it is. Oh, animal. Any animal will do. There's some pigs. Sacrificial pigs, come on over. Now, I'm not sure if I take up some tainted earth or whatever. What's the name of the earth that you get from this? Whatever. We'll figure it out in a minute. If I take that up to space station, whether mobs will spawn. Because mobs do not spawn normally on a space station. And of course, we got a chunk area here. Wonderful. Grr. Alright, well, maybe that changes my plans. We can just do... I don't really have a silk touch yet. I'll have to worry about that later. What am I going to do? Because this thing's going to... I have to have a view of the night sky. But I don't want mobs to spawn on it. So I guess I could cover it up with something else. So the mobs can't spawn and it doesn't burn. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, we're going to do it right here. So we'll need our enchanting table down. Oh, I didn't bring my sigil. That's kind of like the main thing you need. Surround it in redstone. Oh, that's actually bad because it's going to spread. Alright, well, luckily it's daytime. Let me get everything ready because we're getting a little bit long. I don't want to waste the entire thing on activating division sigil since most of you guys know how to do that anyway. So, be right back, guys. Okay, guys, we are back. It's almost nighttime. Never make a clock. Just type clock in any eye and you can see what time it is. When that moon is up at the top, we'll be good to go. You see I've got an altar here. It's got on dirt. It's got a redstone circle around it. I put some cobble on top, 1 block above it, so no mobs can spawn, but also so that the sunlight will not destroy my my cursed earth. And I need to put the mob down and kill him right at the right time. This thing will start glowing when it is the right time. You can also shift-click on the altar and it'll tell you. So it says, has a redstone circle, it's on dirt, it can see the moon, has a good enough natural earth, and it's in darkness. Alright, so now I just have to wait till midnight and watch this moon creep, creep, creep up. We'll put the pig down and kill him really quick as soon as this thing starts glowing. And we wait. Come on, moon. I'm just waiting for a skeleton to knock me off while I'm up here. I have to wait a whole another 24 hours. Maybe I will just stand down here so that doesn't happen. Alright, come on. We're getting close. And should be any second now. It does give you a little bit of window, like a couple seconds worth of time, so shouldn't have to be right there. It's not gonna... Come on. You know you want it. Yeah. Yes. Alright, we're good to go. Alright, it's glowing. So put the pig down. Kill him. Whoa, he turned into an angry pig. Okay. Should I just kill this pigman? Oh my goodness, we got cursed earth all over the place. Holy crap. Okay, that pig's dead. Oh, this is not really good. Alright, I'm going to take this redstone off. Oh man, it's not good. There's going to be so many mobs down there. And I'm going to go ahead and board this up. I need like jump boost or something here. And that should be fine. Now if I put some torches down, which I don't have, I have flat lamps, and wait till sunlight, that earth should burn. But for right now, we're in big trouble. I think I have to just jump and run. Oh my gosh, it's spreading everywhere. Die, 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 die. Whoa! Oh, I forgot this sword count. Light, light. Go away, cursed earth. Burn. Alright, that should be good. I've got really good armor, so it's really not a problem that these mobs are attacking me. Can one hit pretty much any mob, too. Alright, now the only problem we've got to worry about now is the entire forest burning down. And I don't really have a good shovel to dig all this up. So, I guess I'll do it the manual way. And we've now got our division sigil, so we can go get some wings, and I'll be right back when I'm ready to craft that. Okay, I've got everything we need for the wings. I'm doing this in this hallway because if I die, I think I explode, and I'm not sure if that's going to damage the world around me or not. So I want to make sure I'm far away from everything, just in case. Now, to get the wings, we need 2 glass, 4 gold, a nether star, and 2 unstable ingots. This has to be crafted in a vanilla crafting bench. You can't auto-craft or anything, or shift any eye, anything like that. We have to be able to do this on our own. So we will take, we've got the 2 glass, the 4 gold, and the nether star. And to get the unstable ingots, we take diamonds, and I think iron on the top. No, iron divided by diamonds. Alright, now we'll get us an unstable ingot. Now we should be able to grab both of these, put them in, put the gold, the glass, and the other star, and craft it really quick before this explodes. We've got 10 seconds, alright? If you accidentally hit escape or throw it on the ground, it'll explode. So here we go. Ready, set, go. So 1, 2, shift click that, put that there, gold, you, and 1, 2, get it? Oh, that was really close. Okay, well, we got the wings. So now whenever we are holding these, or even just in our inventory anywhere, we have creative flight, which is awesome. So I'm hoping that makes it much easier to move around on the space station. If not, we'll probably have to abandon the space station and go straight to the moon. But let's give it a try. So we'll go ahead and dial it up here. From FX1 up to the space station. Dial once and head on up. So what I anticipate happening here is when I'm moving around normally, it's probably going to be that weird movement where you kind of float. But as soon as I double click to fly, no, okay. So the wings are not doing anything here at all. You cannot, oh gosh, I cannot get into creative fly mode here. Darn it, okay, that's a bummer. I really wanted to build this cool space station, but I think it's going to just be so hard to move around. Once I have the corridors built, it'll be good. I don't know. I'll give it a try. I'll attempt to build the base, but if it's just a pain in the butt because of this whole gravity thing, yeah, we'll just abandon it and go straight to the moon. Bummer. I was hoping Creative Flight would be fine with that. Alright guys, well, we're getting past our time, so I hope you guys enjoyed traveling to space with me. If you did, hit that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to my channel, and you'll see plenty more Daybreaker Horizons. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at FunshineX, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. We'll catch you later. It's FunshineX. Bye.